How much do we really know? When it comes to our history, our planet, and our very own existence, it turns out we know very little. And though that prospect might be on the daunting side, it is incredibly inspiring for researchers who are ready to find the answers to our biggest questions. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be looking at 3 incredible discoveries. Inside the lost cave world of the Amazon's Tepui Mountains. Can you imagine exploring a world totally different to our own? Could you picture a place surrounded by giant cliffs, dense with thick jungle shrubbery, existing high up in the clouds? You might be surprised to learn that you do not have to imagine. What we are describing are known as the Tepui, giant tabletop mesas found in South America that are a treasure trove of discovery. These giant, flat mountain ranges shoot up from the middle of the Amazon basin, and their name Tepui means House of the Gods in their native tongue of the Pemen people, the indigenous group who inhabit the Gran Sabana. But now, scientists are finally exploring these mysterious and monolithic mountains and are revealing a hidden world beneath their crust. It is in large part to the work of speleologist Francesco Sauro of the University of Bologna in Italy, who has led multiple expeditions to the region to learn more about these beautiful ancient mountains. In January 2022, Sauro and his team completed a 40-day-long expedition to previously unexplored caves within the Tepui. Not only are these Tepui hard to access on their own, but the caves within them stand to be some of the last unexplored caves on Earth. The team's focus was on the Tepui known as Imawari in Venezuela. The cave system is known to have at least 22 kilometers of tunnels beneath the surface and is currently the largest known example of its kind. If all of this was not amazing enough, seeing the cave systems themselves will really take your breath away. With a presence almost like that of some alien world, the Tepui caves are a true spectacle. The cave walls typically display a light pink color. Meanwhile, water that runs through is coloured red thanks to material present in the cave's streams. They are a completely different world, says Sauro, who has seen the caves firsthand. Speleothems are what we call stalactites and stalagmites, and those in the Tepui are stunning. How they came to possess such peculiar billowing shapes is still unknown to scientists. Many of these strange formations can only be found in quartz-ice caves, specifically when microorganisms affect their shape. These Tepui are also very well insulated from the outside world, effectively creating an isolated organic petri dish for scientists to research and analyze. In fact, it was only in 2012 that Sauro's team discovered a mineral named rosiantonite, as well as bacteria and blind cavefish. These specific caves are believed to be incredibly old, perhaps tens of millions of years, and it is because of this unknown that Sauro and his team have already begun to plan future expeditions to learn more. Guerrillas seen dismantling deadly poacher traps. We often forget how similar we are to our ape relatives. While we may hold ourselves in higher esteem compared to the other primates currently living on Earth, we actually share 99% of our DNA with chimpanzees, just one of the great apes. In fact, chimpanzees have been observed hunting for meat, showing body language, and even using tools. But it was one site of our distant relative, the gorilla, that had primate researchers going bananas. Staff at the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund Karisoke Research Center in Rwanda saw gorillas destroying poacher traps. Working together, a pair of 4-year-olds and a teenage mountain gorilla cooperated in dismantling traps that are known to harm younglings. It was the first time that primate researchers were able to witness up close how gorillas go about destroying the poacher traps. We knew that gorillas do this, but all of the reported cases in the past were carried out by adult gorillas, mostly silverbacks, were the words of Gorilla Program Coordinator Veronica Vaselio. How they did it demonstrated an impressive cognitive skill. The discovery showed that even younger gorillas are able to identify and learn how to safely eliminate the threat of the snares. It came as more of a surprise, as it was only 2 days earlier that another infant gorilla had been slaughtered by a poacher trap. Even in grief, which gorillas have been observed practicing, the young primates were able to effectively eliminate the threat of the trap. The discovery was made back in 2012. It was on July 17th when staff and visitors were viewing some of the planet's last remaining mountain gorillas that they saw a gorilla approach a snare. As reported by a staff member, a silverback male then signaled a warning to the other gorillas. Amazingly, 2 young gorillas, named Dokore and Ruima, and a blackback teen male named Tetero maneuvered towards it. In tandem, they worked to dismantle the trap's noose by snapping the branch used to set it. Immediately, they repeated the process on another snare nearby. In photographs taken by the team, you can see the young gorillas looking at the broken sticks that had been used to hide the traps on the forest floor. It's against researchers' intentions to actively teach gorillas how to dismantle traps, as their intention is to maintain their naturally occurring behavior. Still, they are very pleased the primates are managing it themselves. Our battle to detect and destroy snares from the park is far from over, said Vasilio. Today we can proudly confirm the gorillas are doing their part too. Footprints suggest Neanderthals climbed a volcano. Would you go rambling up the side of a volcano? Well, whatever your answer is, it seems our ancient ancestors might have done just that. In southern Italy, there are a famous set of footprints moulded into the rock. Known as Ciampe del Diavolo, or Devil's Trail, folklore said that the devil himself left dozens of tracks that still exist to this day. Now, a paper published in 2020 might have the real answer. It turns out that the 67 markings of feet, hands, and legs could actually be some of the oldest human footprints on record. The prints, some of which head up the mountain rather than down, were made during a soft cover of ashfall following an eruption around 350,000 years ago. Researchers believe that the marks were made by 5 different people. There is hope that further investigation could help us ascertain more details such as weight, gender, and height. What we do know is that they were not members of our own Homo sapiens species. There are some clues. The features of these footprints, specifically the broad width of the hind part of the foot, along with the low rise of the arch, show striking similarities to remains found in the Cima de los Huesos, pit of bones. The pit of bones remains have been labelled as everything from Homo heidelbergensis to Neanderthal to Denisovan, and even back to Neanderthal again. If these volcanic footprints were made by Neanderthals, we can assume it was a gang of adults, at least. However, scientists aren't ready to set anything in stone. We have decided to keep the attribution to a specific species still pending, lead researcher Adolfo Panarello told New Scientists in January 2020. But what do you make of these interesting discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.